G'day folks, Ben from Snows here today showing you the Mudgee C-3 sleeping bag from Coleman. This is a nice warm roomy sleeping bag, perfect for winter camping, as a replacement bag in your swag or as a sleeping option for guests in your house. This is the Mudgee C-3 sleeping bag as it looks straight out of the factory. About 50 centimeters in length and sort of roughly 27 centimeters in diameter. That's out of the factory, packs up not quite as small as that. I'll show you a bit more on that later. Weighs a little under 3 kilos, around about 2.7 kilos. This is how it looks when it's unpacked. So a little over 200 centimeters in length, or about 200 centimeters in length to the top of the hood here. Not really a hood, it's more a panel just to sort of lay your head. We'll talk a bit more on that shortly. 180 centimeters to the top of the neck here to the foot section, and about 90 centimeters in width. So a nice roomy bag. Now it's made with a really nice soft feel brushed polyester on the outside here, and the inside same brushed polyester, nice soft feel, just in a different color. And between the inner and the outer fabrics is the Coleman's hollow fiber synthetic fill that gives you what Coleman rate is a -3 degree rating, but we like to give our own rating to things at Snowies. It's not tested to a standard. We say it's probably more like around about 0 degrees, perhaps up to 5 degrees, depending on how you sleep for comfort in this bag here. Now the general construction is of a square shape, so it's all rectangular. So it's the same, it's not tapered, it's the same width all the way to the foot section there. You've got this small, not really a hood, it's more just somewhere to rest your head at the top here. There's no drawstring or anything in this, it's just a bit of extra fabric to rest your head so that you're not resting it on the mat underneath. And it's got stitching across this way to hold all the synthetic fill in place. Now that stitching does pinch through, so the top and the bottom stitching are close together there. So it's not a box wall construction, but there's heaps of fill in there and it's still going to provide you plenty of warmth. The zipper is one continuous zipper that runs all the way down the side. It has this zip plow on here. If we slide that along, this plastic feature separates or keeps all the fabric from getting caught in the zipper. This runs right down the side and around the foot section of the bag. So there's not two zippers, it's one zipper. At the foot section, there is a second zipper at this end. So if you did want to just open up the feet and leave the side done up, you can use that zipper to do so. Otherwise, zip it all the way open here. You can actually take that all the way out and then open this out as a doona or a blanket if you like. And doing so also allows you to zip two of these bags together. If you want to zip two together, you want to use two bags from the same series, so zip a Mudgee and a Mudgee together. It could be a different rated Mudgee. Actually, in this instance, it's probably better to stick with a -3 because the dimensions of the -3 are slightly different. So stick with the same bag is probably your best bet. The second bag sits on top of here. One zip goes around one side, the other zip goes around the other side, and you've created a double sleeping bag. The only downside to that is this hood section, which is fine for the bottom bag here, but the top bag will have a little hood that kind of sticks up on the top section here and sits in someone's face. But it's not a massive hood. You can just kind of tuck it down and make it nice and comfortable. Now all the materials in here are easy care for. You can throw this in a washing machine if your machine is big enough, or take it to a laundromat and wash it in a laundromat machine. Now I'm going to crawl in the bag. I'm 185 centimeters, so given it's 180 to here, I should fit pretty comfortably inside this bag here. So I'll crawl in. I'm going to have heaps of width. I've got reasonably broad shoulders, so the only place that would be tight in a sleeping bag would be the shoulders for me. But at 90 centimeters across, I've got heaps of space inside here. If I lay this back, I've got my feet down the end. I've got heaps of fabric at the foot end here, so my feet don't feel tight up against the end there. And I'll lay down. My head should fit comfortably on top of this little flap here. So I've got a nice soft panel for my head, and this sits really comfortably just up over my shoulders. I can, if I pull that up over my face a little bit more, I can feel it tightening on my feet, but for 185 centimeters, I say this is a really good bag. There's certainly not any excess space or anything. I've got loads of room. I can get my arms out sideways quite easily. So it feels quite roomy and certainly feels quite snug and comfortable inside this bag here. Now I'm going to show you how to roll it up. You've got two options here. You can do it Coleman's way, which is to use their roll control feature, or you can stuff it, which I would recommend. So Coleman's roll control feature involve all these little red bits on the back here. You've got ropes at the end here and these tabs. So these tabs, grab the plastic bit, poke it through the loop on the opposite side. There's two of these, one at the foot section and one halfway up the bag. Another one here. And I'm going to flip this over so the side that's facing up at the moment is facing down. Reason being that this section here is going to kind of go opposite ways to hold it all in place. I don't want this one here to be on the bottom section there. Not overly important, but just one little thing I found in practice. Now I'm going to come to the head end here, start rolling, and you'll see that those little tabs, what they do is hold the bag in place as I roll it. So this isn't slipping now, it's staying nice and straight. Now I'm not rolling this really tight. I'm on a mat here. It's probably sort of a more realistic way of rolling it. You're probably not going to really want to be doing it on a dirty floor. You're probably going to want to be doing it on a mat, but I haven't got that done up really tight there now. This then goes opposite ways. So opposite way around the bag there. This just loops onto here. Just get that out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. It's quite tight, little plastic hook that goes there, and all that does is hold that in place so that you can then grab your bag and pack it back in. So this is where most people have headaches, because that's not going to work. I'm going to have to put a lot more effort into rolling this up nice and tight to be able to get it back in the bag. Now this has been hanging on the shelf for a long time, so the fill's lofted up a lot, which is going to make it nice and warm to sleep in, but makes it harder to get back in the bag. So what I recommend is you just stuff it in. So undo these. All of these features can just stay on the bag as something that you don't use. Undo that one. Start at the foot end of the bag here with the zipper and stuff that in. And once you've got a little bit of the fabric inside, you can stand up and put it between your feet. Now there's quite a bit of fill with this bag here, so you might have to wrestle it a little bit, but trust me, this is going to be a lot easier than rolling it. So just punch it down to the bottom of the bag. Make sure you fill up the bottom of the bag. I want to try and fill this space, otherwise you'll be sort of trying to jam a lot of it in the top. So push it right down to the bottom, keep spinning it. There is quite a lot of fabric with this one here to try and get in the bag. So it requires a little bit of muscle. Eventually you'll get to a point. Yeah, look, I'd say this one's realistically quite tight to get back in the bag. So you could benefit from a slightly bigger bag for this sleeping bag here. Yeah, that's quite tight. I've still got a bit of space on the bottom there, so if I stuffed it in the bottom a bit more, probably would have been better, but the idea is now I can just push on top of here and do this up as I go. I'm not going to get that in, I've wrestled it a bit. That's about as tight as I'm going to get it. Feels tight here and loose here, so I haven't packed it tight enough at the bottom there. If I did that, it would go in, but hey, realistically, it's pretty tight to go in. You're probably not going to get it back in the bag rolled up. I guess you don't even have to use the bag if you don't want. You can just use those strings to hold it together. All else fails, just stuff it in. It's so much easier than trying to roll it. That is the Coleman Mudgee C-3 sleeping bag. Check them out online at snowies.com.au where you'll find them at our lowest prices every day. But if you've got any questions, let us know down in the comments below. Subscribe to our channel for all of our latest information. Or check out some other videos like these ones down here.